Tuned in to Above All Lies show, giving the scoop and the latest on how the story goes. Broadcasting from Vegas in case you didn't know. Worldwide Great Commission, that's the gospel. Discussing topics the standard is righteous living. Bumping them bangers and interviewing different Christians. Who's hot, who's not, does it really matter? It's his hop, non-stop, focus on the ladder. Stay tuned to the dial and turn that volume up. This Faith Radio, Jesus is who we lifting up. So in your ears, we gon' be here for a minute. It's my bro D-Roll, he bout to come with it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy D-Roll coming at you from the headquarters, y'all. This is Club Hip Hop Las Vegas, affiliated with Hip Hop Radio. We are the official radio station for Club Hip Hop Las Vegas, where we turn up for Christ 24/7, and I'm your boy D-Roll coming at you, y'all. I want to thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending time with us. I want to thank all my supporters for being out there and encouraging us, praying for us, and supporting us. I have a very special guest, a girl that I know, man, God just you can just see God all over her, man, and she's ministered to me just by being on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And she's an artist herself. She goes by the name of T-Spaz, and so we're gonna have her on the show here in a few minutes. But before we get to the show, I always like to remind you that we are a Christian club ministry, Club Hip Hop, turning up for Christ. We create a clean environment, a positive vibe, live music, live sound, and we also promote the name of Jesus. We are a city-taking ministry. So if you would love to bring this club to your city, just get in contact with me. The website is right there, hiphopnation.com. Hiphopnation.com is the website. And also, we have an app, and we want you to download it. The Hip Hop Radio app, our promise to you is to keep you in the mind of Christ instead of listening to other music and allowing the stuff you hear on the radio to defile us and all that and pervert our ears. What? We're going to turn up for Christ just as hard by downloading the app. And also, if you are an artist, if you are in business and you're trying to figure out how to develop your own app or how to go digital, if you are a church or whatever you want or got going and you want to get some exposure, we do have advertisement available for you right there on the app. You see, the app serves as a directory. This page is called, this section of the app is called the Digital Mall, and it serves as a directory. So let's say if you're an artist and you want to get booked for a show, we'll have your booking information, your music video, all that stuff right there on the page, and you will be listed. And if you are a business and you want to do stuff digitally, well, guess what? You can sell your product and you can do business right there on the app. So there are a couple of purposes for it right there. And you will not break the bank. We make it very affordable for you. So that is the Digital Mall. And you know what? I gotta give a big shout out to our other location, Club Hip Hop, Evansville, Indiana. Man, I have to tell you, I went out there over the weekend. Man, we had a huge event. We had For the People tour coming out there. We had Flame, Bizzle, D1, man, those brothers were cool. And I tell you, it was awesome, man, just seeing this vision expand, God enlarging our borders here. And Evansville showed up, man. The place was packed, and man, they were into it. You know what I'm saying? Very, very encouraging. So if you want to get down, you want to come out to Club Hip Hop Evansville, just let us know. we have a spot for you. Get down, and right here, the first Saturday of the month, they have a lip syncing battle. So if you want to get on that, go ahead and get down. So see, you don't even have to sing, you just lip sing. You know what I'm saying? Out there in Evansville, Indiana. I'm a little jet lagged because I just got in last night, man. But I tell you, it was awesome. It was dope, baby. Now, like I said, we have our sister T Spaz. She's coming online with us here in a few minutes. But before we bring her on, we're going to go ahead and play one of her songs. I have a song in here in the queue. It is called Queen. So we're going to check out Queen, and then we will be back with the Queen, y'all. Keep it locked right here on His Hop Radio.
Trying to get a draft pick, skirt above your thighs, trying to get 100 likes on your outfit. Put some respect on your name, stop falling for the same games with the same lames. Boyfriend at the boyfriend, you don't want that kind of fame. Get your education when times get rough, make it rain. You a queen, stop settling for less than the best. Your father risen from the cross, that means you're blessed by the best. Don't doubt yourself, grind hard until you see the outcome. You a queen, deserve to find the things no lack. You don't know, you are nothing less than a queen. You don't know, you can do it all, just believe. You don't know, get a job, get your own cheese. You don't know, 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 you are nothing less than a queen. You don't know, you can do it all, just believe. You don't know, get a job, get your own cheese. You don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. Dry your eyes, stop falling for his lies. Devil in disguise, he's killing you on the inside. Your relationship's an emotional homicide. Dying to feed his pride. Girl, it's either you or him. And once he hit you once, he's gonna hit again, girlfriend. Time to speak the truth. Tired of seeing my sisters lost. Yeah, Barack was the president. Michelle was the boss. Time to stand in our position. It's more to a woman than bare feet. Pregnant, cooking chicken dinners in the kitchen. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Don't give your body up for ransom, cause you want a wedding ring. Ay, pay your own bills, hey, stock your own figures. Hold your head high, you were created a winner. You don't know, you are nothing less than a queen. You don't know, you can do it all, just believe. You don't know, get a job, get your own cheese. You don't know, 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 you are nothing less than a queen. You don't know, you can do it all, just believe. You don't know, get a job, get your own cheese. You don't know, 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 you are nothing less than a queen. You can do it all, just believe. Get a job, get your own cheese. You don't know, 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 you are nothing less than a queen. You don't know, you can do it all, just believe. You don't know, get a job, get your own cheese. You don't know, 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 you are nothing less than a queen. You don't know, you can do it all, just believe. You don't know, get a job, get your own cheese. You don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know.
Now that is what I am talking about, man. So let's go ahead and bring this queen online. T Spaz, welcome to His Hop Radio. What's up, my sister?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for spending time with us, taking time out in your day. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling well. I'm feeling well tonight. I feel good. Thanks for asking.
All right. Well, since we just played this song, and so we want to know what's the inspiration behind it. You know what I mean? You're a queen, and you had a lot to say to the sisters, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So go and break it down for us.
Inspiration. Yeah, my inspiration behind the song is definitely uplifting, encouraging, and motivating the women. A lot of times as women, we be going through a lot of things. You know, we get displayed certain types of way in the media and things like that. We have hardships that go on throughout our life. You know, we hold the family together. We make sure everything is together. I just really wanted to do something to encourage the queens. I really wanted to do a song just for the women, to uplift and encourage not only the older women, but the young women coming up, giving them, some encouragement as well. So definitely.
Amen. And I think that is timely, man. I think that messages like that are right on time, because it's hard out there. It's really tough. I know that the women have it hard, but I'm happy to see that the sisters are rising up, with this whole Me Too movement. Things that they tolerated in the past, they're not going to tolerate that any longer. And the Bible always tells us your sin will find you out, right? And so these men treating these women these certain type of ways, they're getting busted. They're not getting away with it. And as some would say, the rooster has come home, or the chicken come home to roost, or however that saying is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I just threw it out there, and I just want to encourage you in that, man. Thank you. Amen. Okay, well, let's talk about your story a little bit. When did you start doing music?
Well, I've always knew how to rap, I guess. When I was a little girl, I would sit by the radio and listen to the radio and wait till certain songs come on so I can hurry up and push record. And then when I would record them, I would learn them, and then I would sing along to them as if it was me rapping. I didn't think I would grow up to do it. I just knew I knew how to do it. I started going through a really depressing state in my life through my younger years, through my teens, and I would write in a journal. My journals eventually turned into poetry, and I started going to do poetry at open mic nights. And I guess the poetry opened up a door for me to express my own creativity. Later on into the poetry thing, I went through some things in life, went on to my own journey in life, and about the age of 23, I gave my life to Christ. I started changing a lot of the things that I was doing at that time, and I started doing gospel rap under the name of Miss Trina. And I thought I was doing it on a professional level. I was doing it at home using a program that we download onto the laptop, and we were recording through the laptop and had our own studio bootlegged up. And I started there. As time went on, got a little better with it, then started recording with different people. I linked up with a group called Christ Music, and I was one of the artists on that label, and a few other great artists that are still out there. Worked with them for a while. After that, I think I was solo for a while, and went through some tough times and some hard times. Kind of got misdirected in my walk. I started, my focus got off, and I stopped doing music. I stopped doing music for some years and focused on my family. focusing on my family and getting my home life together. And so I haven't been writing or recording anything for like years. And one day I had a dream, and in the dream I was recording with a young man named Avery. And I didn't even know Avery recorded people, but I saw myself in the dream recording with him, and I was doing music again. So I knew that, okay, I'm being released to do music again. And that started it right back up. And when I did a few songs with Avery, and after that, an artist by the name of Rick Torture, God had gave him a vision, and he contacted all the artists that he saw in the vision. And in the vision, he said that God showed him all these artists' names going into this jar along with producers, and he was going to draw out names and draw out a producer name, and then everybody will work, you know, and do a collaboration album. Well, he drew my name, artist by the name of Richard Ware, and another artist by the name of Jose, and the producer Dazoo. And all of us was to be on this track together. And so Jose backed out, but me, Richard Ware, and Dazoo went to the recording studio and recorded a song, which is a great song, but we never released it. We recorded the song together, and we did the song together. And about a week later, Dazoo sent me another beat, and he was like, see what you'll do with this one. And I recorded that song, and it's just been history ever since then. So so now my goal is to do this on a wide stream level. So I'm coming from kind of being local and heading into getting it out of just my area and moving it into something that could be heard all over the U.S.
Man,
so that's where I'm headed.
I think that's needed too. I think that's needed. I've been following you for a while. You know, I've seen some of your moves, you know, some of the music videos you put out, and you got skills. You got some bars. You be dropping some bars, and I love it when it comes from your soul. I can relate to you, to what you were saying, that you would kind of escape your surroundings or escape the reality of what you're dealing with, and you would write and you would do poetry and you would kind of do something constructive. You know, I come from an abusive background myself, and what I would do, I would draw. I would get in the room and shut the door, and I would just draw, and I would make a perfect world, you know what I mean, and imagine myself living in it. So I can understand that, and I can understand you pouring yourself into your music and things like that. So you said your name was, I think, Miss Trina or something, but now it's T-Spaz. Tell us the story behind that name. Break that name down.
Sure. So it was Miss Trina at first, and as I was doing music in the studio, me, Dazoo, and my engineer, his name is Carl, so we're doing music together and everything, and like my music is totally different, everything's different. And I told Dazoo one day, and Richard Ware, I said, I'm gonna change my name, I'm gonna start all over. And they said, what you thinking about? Oh my goodness, the names I was coming up with, I'm so glad I didn't choose them. But I was thinking names that I was thinking were me, and then I was asking my older kids for some names because they're young, and I'm thinking, what is a good name? And oh my goodness, they weren't giving me no good name. And so Dazoo said, what about T-Spaz? I'm like, T-Spaz? Because I'm older, but people don't know how old I am. So when I heard T-Spaz, I'm thinking, oh, that's some young stuff. I don't know about no T-Spaz. And I asked him, I said, why you say T-Spaz? He said, because you spaz out when you rap, and T for Trina. And so I dismissed the idea, and we kept on thinking about stuff, and I couldn't come up with anything else. And one day I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going to go with T-Spaz. I'm going to go in and try it. And, you know, it worked.
Yeah.
I feel like a T-Spaz.
I'm feeling that. It's unique. It definitely stands out. You know, as far as I know, I've never heard of any other artists by that name, T-Spaz. So I was definitely going to ask you about that. All right, now you're saying that you're getting ready to make some moves and take your ministry and your music to the next level. Well, how are you doing that? Did you recently start your own label or your own company, or you know what you got going? How can we promote what you're doing over there?
Well, I started. Well, people tend to draw to me, and so I started networking with a lot of people. A lot of people who have either platforms, doors they can open, a lot of promoters, a lot of venues. I just started reaching out with people in the music industry, even some people that's in mainstream industry. I started reaching out to people, not really asking them for help, but just conversing with them, getting to know them as a person. And that right there kind of opened doors for me. It really was favor. It was favor.
Amen.
And I had met people who taught me things for free that they didn't even have to teach me. And I met people who opened doors for me and let me get into situations around other people who are kind of further in music, and just to learn from them, learn the artistry, because I never really learned the artistry at first. I wasn't thinking about taking it into mainstream media at first. I'm just thinking, okay, you know, I can rap, I do shows, you know, I minister at places, you know, that's as far as it would go. But let me back up a second why I knew that's what I had to do. During my off time, when I wasn't doing any music, I was having dreams about artists. I was having dreams. I was witnessing to famous artists. Beyonce, Crown, Drake, like people in mainstream media that I just wouldn't even, you know, in my eyes, I would never even talk to. So I wasn't at first, even before this dream, thinking of even doing anything further with music. I figured, you know, the Lord set me down. I'm not doing music anymore. But during that set down, I had some dreams. And the dreams, I was talking to these people. And when I was talking to them, I wasn't rapping anymore. But I just got, I guess, deep enough to where I can talk and witness to these people. And about 6 months ago, I had a dream. And in the dream, I don't want to go too deep, but I know you said we got an hour.
Okay.
But in the dream, I was in the entertainment industry, and I had made it real far up the ladder, and I was invited to a party with elites. And in the dream, I'm headed to this party, and I'm saying to myself, I made it. And I was so happy, feeling like I accomplished something. And when I walked into this party, I saw so many demonic and evil things happening. And I'm seeing cannibalism, all types of evil, like dark things. It was real dark and demented. And so I'm looking around like, oh no, I'm not supposed to be here. And I see a young man sitting back off into the corner. And when I saw him and he saw me, I knew the purpose of me being there wasn't to be there celebrating with the elite, sort of taking all that, but I was sent there on a mission. And the young man, when he saw me, he came with me. And I was like, come with me so we can get out of here. It's like I was sent to help him. It's almost like, in my mind, in the beginning of the dream, I'm thinking, I'm over here and I made it. But it was never about me making it. It was never about me being an artist, a rapper, or anything. It was never about that. It just about the people who I'm gonna reach on that side. So it's, even though I do music and I'm good at it, I don't feel like, because back years ago, I used to feel like I'm good, I'm this, I'm that. But when I wasn't doing music, I went through such a humbling season. And I had to go through that humbling season because there's more to me than rap. And it's like, the rap ain't the big thing. It's just a vehicle, but it ain't what it is that is about me. Or
Amen. Come on.
It's not me, or it's not nothing for me to pat myself on the back. It ain't for me to get puffed up about. It's just a vehicle to do something. It's not about that. So I feel like I could do it only for a certain purpose, and once that purpose is done, there's no need for me to do it anymore. So I don't have attachments to it. I don't feel like it's my life. I don't feel proud about it or anything like that. It's almost like, okay, this is one of the things you have me to do, Lord, I'll do it. And I'm just at that point in my life, like whatever he wants me to do. And the rap is just one of a couple of things that I'm actually doing at this point in my life. And it's scary because he took me off the front porch and I'm out in the world talking to people, and
Amen.
Oh my goodness.
Amen.
I'm out in the world. Awesome. And yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay, well, let's get to some music. I have a music video right here we're going to play. It is called I'm Living by T-Spaz.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about this song, and then we'll go ahead and introduce your video.
Sure. Okay, so the song I'm Living, it's just me saying I'm living. I'm living. For a long time, I did not feel like I was living. I was breathing, but I wasn't living. And the song is just celebrating the fact that I'm living. It's one of the first songs that I've done in my journey back into artistry. So I'm Living by T-Spaz.
Dope, dope. And then after this, we're going to open up the phone lines, and we're doing something a little different with the phone lines. Now we're allowing the audience to come in and video chat with us. And so the way you do it, go to the website, HipHopNation.com. And then if you see this code right here at the bottom, this code that says the call code, type in that code. And if you want to give her a shout out, go ahead and do it right after this song. Let's get it.
I never been a sucker, best believe I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I'm the one on the front line in the shades who do the most. I'm the one on the front line in the braids, keep my sword, they call me Blades. I'm like, boy, I'm not Wesley, but I keep a couple snipes on the bikes, direct sinners to the light. Father instructed me to clean the rap game like baby white, so I'm on it, keep the King James Version, stay away from perversion, and I carry around the word in my womb like the virgin, and I would never be a corpse. T-Spaz is immortal, spit rhymes like a young Einstein. I ain't normal, I ain't formal, long weave down my back like I'm foreign, and I'm all the way up in the hills like Lauren. Hey, shawty, I'm living, I'm living, I'm living, I'm they watching while I demonstrate how to lead from poverty to larger states and raw states, long capes and mixtapes. Tell Candy is no escape, trying to outshine Spaz. Little mama, it's too late.
Try to outshine Spaz, mama. It's too late. I love it. I love it, man. Oh, I gotta give that another one, man. Sis, you got some bars. You know what I'm saying, man? Now, well, let me ask you, where did you shoot that video? What was the location of that?
Fort Davis Recreation Center.
Okay.
In Washington, D.C.
Okay, and then that's where you're based in, right? Washington?
I live in Maryland right now.
Okay. And the reason why I asked that is because I always wonder, you know, I just came back from Evansville, Indiana. I always wonder how the Christian hip hop scene is in your area, you know, because we're always looking for places, man, to open up Christian clubs and stuff like that. So I've talked to people from London, you know, and they got a hot Christian scene out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. Okay, well, you were starting to talk on something before we went to the music. I wanted to dive into. I was kind of saving it for later, and you touched on it a little bit. You were saying that you've had dreams and God has shown you things. And did we lose you? I think she kind of froze on us, y'all. Let's see if we can get her back. There she is. Thought we lost you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
All right. So did you? What was the last thing you heard?
You were about to say something about what I was about to talk about.
Yeah, that's right. I was saying, you touched on something I wanted to dive into after the music. You touched on the fact that you walked into a room and you were experiencing a dream, and you saw someone there, and you felt that you were there to help that person. And
yeah,
I believe I can see it clearly, you know, I can see the gift that is inside of you, the anointing that God has placed in you. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind me sharing, you know, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, you had a word for me personally, and you sent me a word in my instant message, you know. And me, I always test the spirits, you know. When somebody say, hey, thus say the Lord, or they're speaking for the Lord, you know, I've learned that you have to discern that and see, you know, okay, is this coming from God? Because the enemy can counterfeit this too. And so I received it because it was something that I was going through at the time, something that I was dealing with. And then after that, I started following you and watching you over the years, and consistently, I don't care if you're doing a video chat or if you're just shooting off like a machine gun, just some quotes and some comments, you know what I mean? It's like bam, 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 you know. Just about every single one, man, hits the bullseye. I'll be like, wow, that's what God is trying to show me, or wow, that's why I went through that, or wow, this is what I need to do next, you know. And God is just giving you wisdom and just giving you a anointing. Just tell us about that. I mean, how do you get these things that you share with everybody? I believe you've created your own online ministry, didn't you?
Oh, wow. Like, it's definitely a strong calling, so on Facebook, for instance, because it's not just Facebook, it's like in my everyday life, you know, I have to say something to somebody or minister to somebody. So it's offline as well. It never cuts off. but it's almost like, say I'm on Facebook, and I don't go on Facebook intending to start writing a whole lot of posts. You know, I get on it just to pass time like everybody else, right? And so I get on Facebook, and things will come to my mind. Like, he'll have things to come to my mind, or he'll show me like open visions of stuff, and then I'll write about it. Or I'll have a dream about something and then get up and talk about the dream. Or, you know, sometimes like I don't have to be around a person and face to face with a person for the Lord to tell me something. So like I can be going down my timeline and he'll just say either reach out to this person or write this post. I wasn't always obedient like that. After hitting brick walls a couple times, I surrendered over to that gift, you know. But for a long time, I was afraid that people would think that I was crazy or call me a witch, because growing up, I saw, you know, loved ones participate in witchcraft and things like that. So one of my fears was that when God first started using me mightily years ago, was that I would be accused of being a witch. So when he would show me people deaths, and I wouldn't pray or nothing because I thought something was wrong with me, and the people would die. And I was scared of myself. And one day I talked to my grandmom. She was a preacher. I talked to my grandmother, and I ain't talked to nobody about what was going on with me because I felt weird. And I told her, you know, that I was seeing all this stuff, and this stuff would be happening. And she told me, she said, if God show it to you, then it's something you can do about it. She said, when he show it to you, pray. And when I started doing that, I the next time I talked to my grandmother, I said, Grandma, it's like I never stopped praying. And she told me, you'll get used to it. And I understood what pray without ceasing meant, because all day long I'm either having a vision, seeing something, experiencing something, picking up something off somebody. So I'm praying all day long. It never cuts off. It never, when I go to sleep, I'm dreaming. So I never have a blank moment. It's like the gift never cuts off. But it's been happening so long that it's normal to me now. I remember about a couple years ago sitting in the living room with my husband. And I'm sitting there with my husband, and I thought he would be scared of me. I'm like, Lord, you done sent me a regular man. I thought you was gonna send me a deacon or something that'll understand me. You sent me a regular man. And but just happened he wasn't afraid of me. And I remember years ago I was sitting in the living room, and before my eyes I saw him getting a call saying his best friend died. And I told him. 2 days later, sitting in that same spot, he got the call his best friend died. And it's almost like he's not afraid of me. It's kind of like that she's gifted. So now he knows, wow, if she picked this up, it's time to pray. Like it's time to pray. And I remember one day feeling alone because he shared the same gift. And I said, Lord, could you open up my husband's spiritual eyes so he could see what I see? And one day we were living in DC, and we were in the hood, and we were riding down the street, and I saw this dark spirit with wings running across the street. And I said to my husband, whoa, let me pray for that young man across the street, because I just saw a dark spirit run over to him. And my husband said, oh my, I saw the same thing. And it scared him because he saw the same thing, and I spoke it. And then I told him what I prayed, and he said, don't be praying that on me. I don't want to see. I just didn't want to be alone.
He said, close that door, huh? Oh, wow. Man, but you know, some people...
And my
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say my kids are gifted, too.
Oh, amen. Okay.
Yeah, they see things, too.
I mean, some people are chosen. They have like a special assignment, a special gifting. I met a man of God he actually came out to my club one day, and we did an interview. He was here in studio, and he was sharing with me that ever since he was young, he could see things. He could see spirits. He saw things in the sky. Like even when he was 4 years old, he couldn't really understand it. And his grandma had to guide him and show him and tell him what was going on. And he was right there, and he just started speaking into my life, you know, and he was like, you know, God is showing me this and showing me that. So I've actually been able to interact with people like that before, but I also respect the gift. You know what I mean? I reverence God. And, you know, the Bible says that his sheep will hear his voice. You know what I mean? And so I can discern when it's his voice or when it's not. If it's not his voice, I run from it. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, that's amazing, sis. And I want to encourage you to definitely keep going, because you don't know who you're reaching or who you're impacting. Like I said, you know, I'm way over here in Vegas, man, and it's encouraging to me, because it's I don't know, it's hard to describe it. It's like it's something that you're going through at the moment. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And God is giving you some wisdom, or he's showing you some truth about what's in front of you, and that's valuable. Yeah. You know, and so that's one of the reasons why I reached out to you, and I said, man, let me get her on the show, and let's, you know, just see what's really going on and just share your gift with our listeners, you know. So amen, sis.
Yeah, amen.
Wow, that's powerful. So you've been doing it so long, and you're saying that it's just you're used to it now. It's a part of life. Mm-hmm. Does God have a specific assignment for you? You know what I mean? Is there a specific calling? Are you called to be an evangelist? Are you a prophetess? You know what I mean? Are you, you know, what do you feel?
One day I was standing at the bus stop, and he spoke to me, and he said, "Shepherd." And when he said it to me, I got scared. And he asked me, "Why are you scared?" And I started thinking about a church, a choir, a pulpit, and all this, and I started thinking of those things. And he said, "I never told you to get in a church." He said, "Lead my sheep to me. That's all you got to do." Amen. Lead them to me.
Amen.
And I believe that's my calling. When he showed me a dream of myself, and I kind of reminded myself in the dream, I kind of looked like Harriet Tubman, because I'm always leading people, and it's like I'm leading them to him. It's like I'm called to go into the valleys and lead back to him. But I got to keep my eyes on him, because where I'm going, if I take my eyes off him, I'll slip away. I'll be sidetracked and distracted. So it's like I got to stay connected to him, where he's sending me to witness to his people. And I understand why I couldn't do what I'm doing nowadays too early. And I didn't understand at first why I felt like I went through as much as I went through. But he showed me I need him. Because when I got married, I figured, oh, I got my husband. But the Lord showed me, it ain't your husband that's going to keep you. It ain't your kids that's going to keep you. It's me. Without me, you're not going to make it, Trina. You need me. And I remember when I lost my mom, and I took my eyes off God. And when I did, I wanted to end my life. Just that quick. It's like it's either my eyes on him or insanity. Because I went through so many hardships that if I remove my faith, I wouldn't be able to handle my life. I wouldn't be able to handle what I went through, because I went through some stuff that should have destroyed my mind, that should have sent me bonkers. But it's just God hand on me why I didn't lose my mind. So I have to stay connected to him, because if I take my hand off him, I couldn't handle my life. I couldn't handle what I went through. I couldn't handle memories and things I experienced, where his grace covers me, where certain thoughts don't take me out. So like I have to stay connected to him, and I feel like I'm supposed to tell others to stay connected to him, because a lot of people don't know that lifeline, and they out here and they trying to do it by themselves, and they battling with mental illness. But if they grab a hold of them and just trust them, they'll be surprised how their mind will be regulated. So I'm just here to tell the world he's real, and I'm just at the point of where God, wherever you want me to go, I will go. I'll go. I will go. I will just go. And he did so much for me that I owe him my life. I owe him everything. So I'm just willing to go wherever he has me to go, and I'm just going to trust him. I'm just trusting him. It's all I have is faith in him. So if he tell me to speak, I speak. If he tell me to be quiet, I be quiet. If he say go to the left, I go to the left. Say go to the right, go to the right. I'm just totally wherever he has for me to go and what he has me to do. And one of the things I learned that is very important in life is love. And I learned the power of love.
Yes.
And I learned it in my own life, because when I was in darkness and my grandmother reached out to me, that love she showed me made me want to know her God, wanted to know the God, that love. So, you know, I feel like he had me to feel that for me to know the power of that thing and how it can really draw souls. So I'm just out here doing whatever he has me to do. And, you know, I'm just blessed for every opportunity to share my story, you know, and every platform that he'll open for me to share my story. And hopefully give hope to many people who are crying out to him right now, and don't know if he hear them. And if he send me to him and say, Trina, just tell them I hear him. Just tell them that. That's all you gotta say is tell them I hear him. That's it. Amen. And that's the job done. That's it. Just don't stand there any longer. Gotta be friends with them. Don't just give the message and get up out of there. And I think that's a mistake I made in my life, is I was supposed to give people messages instead of connecting to them in certain ways, and that messed me up. So I had to learn Amen. To give messages and keep stepping in some situations and not stay there longer than I should, because I was just there to give that message, and that's it. So it's a daily process, and it's just a daily process, and I'm very thankful to be a speaker today on your show.
Thank you for coming in. I want to say something, man. You said something that really hit my spirit just now. You said the power of love. People really don't understand the power of love. And you know what? I had to go through this transformation recently in my walk with the Lord, man, because even though you know, sometimes you forget and sometimes you drift away, and things started happening in my ministry, and things started happening in my inner circle and in my personal relationships, and things weren't really going the way that I thought they should go. I started feeling anger and resentment, and once you open up that door, man, it's like it's a flood. You know, you get the enemy an inch, he takes a mile. You know what I'm saying? And so here I am, you know, dealing with all these anger and just hurt and disappointment and things like this. Carrie, I mean, even you know, just going, you know, just your day-to-day life, you know, you run into people and things happen, and you feel like, wow, I thought this person was for me. You know, this person was smiling in my face, but as soon as I turn my back, they're actually trying to do something to harm me. And then I was it taught me two things. First, it taught me how to get stronger in my prayer life, and to actually target and do spiritual war, like target these things, take authority over these things in prayer. And then secondly, I got so tired of carrying these things. These things are like burdens, you know what I mean? It's like you're constantly picking up bags and stuff, and it get heavy and heavy and heavy. And then finally, it was like, God was like, okay, are you tired of carrying that? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, I'm tired of carrying all this stuff. I was like, okay, go ahead and forgive. Go ahead and give it over to me. Just let it go and allow me to fill you up with my love once again. And all of a sudden, my joy came back. My peace came back, my love. Now I can smile at, knowing these people are trying to hurt me, I can smile at them. And I can say, hey, how you doing? I can actually have a good day and smile and not have a problem with them because I know my Heavenly Father got my back. So when you said the power, see, I told you, you say things where it's like I'm experiencing it right now. You know what I'm saying? So the power of love, Christians, brothers and sisters, love, I think is like, I don't know. I don't think there's nothing more powerful than that. Am I speaking correctly, sis?
Yes, you are.
Okay, all right. Well, we're getting ready to wrap this up. Thank you for spending time with us. And please, when you're making your moves out there, don't forget about us, man. Jump on here. Let us know what you're doing when you got new music, or if you're working with new artists, or whatever you got going, man. We definitely want to share our platform with you. But before we close everything out, can you share with the listeners where they can either download your music or check out more of your music videos, or your website, your social media, wherever you want them to connect with you? Can you share that real quick?
Sure. So I'm on Facebook. So if you would like to hear more, talk with me, inbox me on anything, find me on Facebook under Katrina Benson. I also have a life coaching page. I also do life coaching. I'm also a recovery coach, as well as if you need any of those services. As far as my music, my name is T Spaz. That's T-Spaz, S-P-A-Z-Z. And I'm on all media sites.
All media sites. See, that's making it simple. T-Spaz on all media sites. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can find my sister, man. Well, it was a pleasure. I consider it an honor to just speak to you and dive into your story just a little bit more. Definitely, man, we're going to keep you in prayer, because I know a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility comes with an anointing and a gift like that, and a lot of warfare, I can imagine. You know what I'm saying? And so amen. Well, what we're going to do before we get out of here, we're going to go ahead. Well, we're going to get out of here, but as we're getting out, we're going to go ahead and go out with her music video one more time. I'm Living. We'll close out with that. And I just want to go ahead and close with my final comments. And I just want to remind everyone to download that His Hop Radio app, HISHOP, in your app store. His Hop Radio. We are a Christian club ministry, and we want to bring this club to your neighborhood, but we need your support, your prayerful support. If you want to support us financially, if the Lord leads you that way, go to hishopnation.com. We need to do this together as a body. You know what I'm saying? There's no Lone Ranger in the kingdom, So definitely get with us. Talk to your pastor if you know someone who has a building, anything like that, and you guys want a club in your area, go ahead and get with us. We are here live every Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. That's Las Vegas time. We're out here doing this thing. And we're also in Evansville, Indiana, Club His Hop, Evansville, Indiana. We're out there as well. If you want to do something out there, if you want to jump in there, get on the open mic or something like that, just let us know. We'll get you connected. We'll get you hooked up. And I'm going to close out like I always do. It's not about us. It's all about the Christ that's in us. Peace. God bless. And we will see you next time.
I never been a sucker, best believe I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I'm the one on the front line in the shades who do the most. I'm the one on the front line in the braids, keep my sword, they call me Blades. I'm like, boy, I'm not Wesley, but I keep a couple snipes on the bikes that wreck sinners to the light. Father instructed me to clean the rock game like baby whites, so I'm on it, keep the King James Version, stay away from perversion, and I carry around the word in my womb like the virgin, and I would never be a corpse. T-Spaz is immortal, spit rhymes like a young Einstein. I ain't normal, I ain't formal, long weave down my back like I'm foreign, and I'm all the way up in the hills like Lauren. Hey, shawty, I'm living. Hey, I'm living. I'm living. I'm living. I'm living. My posse in all black in the limos like diplomats, like Mickey D's. We got more cheese and sauce than Big Macs. Yeah, my money grow on trees. It's my dad who plant the seeds. I ain't never money hungry. If I'm hungry, I eat the leaves. Hey, I be on my Charlie Brown like it's Christmas. Got that bag, got them gifts like it's Christmas. Walk with a limp, fitted hat to the side. Came to change the rap game. This a lyrical genocide. This a lyrical homicide. Bury rappers in it. This your funeral, boy. Please walk towards the light. Pretty face, but I'm thugging like the dudes be. Gleaming where the Jews be. Them serpents where my shoes be. The name is where the ooze be. I'm spitting like a Uzi. They love me like Lil Uzi. No wonder why he choose me. Swagged out, suited up like the military. Chromed the artillery. Wanna see me, boy? Your vision's little blurry. Hey, hey, shawty, I'm living. Hey, I'm living. I'm living. I'm living. Suckers try to ride my wave, make them sign a waiver. I'm the Tasmanian angel, put your whole career in danger. I'm old school, I still wear felines and curry a pager. Serve bars to ARs and manage jars like a waiter. He wanna feature me, but I don't do favors. Got my breastplate and helmet on, looking like a raider. Got more power than a ranger, got it from my maker. More sneakers than a Laker, won't catch me like a fainter. This is nothing to a G. I be on my BBD, the new addition to the streets. I used to cry over my ex, but my dad brought me a tissue. Now I'm in the limelight, dude ain't even an issue. I'll bury your career and they won't even miss you. Throw you in the water, Coast Guards won't fish you. Got that bait, won't entertain drama like Ricky Lake. Show up the rap battles late, interrogate like court dates. Illustrate, they watching while I demonstrate how to leave from poverty to larger states and raw states. Long capes and mixtapes, tell Candy it's no escape. Trying to outshine Spaz, little mama, it's too late.